Crampers Compton here, y'all, aka Jimmy J, aka J Legend, aka the best in the business. I'm here talking about the Eagles winning in a nail biter against the Buffalo Bills. Yeah, this game came down to the wire, where the Eagles in the first half was prolific. They was clicking on all cylinders, and then in the second half, like the offense died out because I think they believe I believe they just got I believe they just got too passive. And like when they play aggressive on offense, yeah, they nail every play and all that. When they start getting pat, yeah, teams is able to clamp down on them. And the key, they got to stay aggressive. I don't know what's up with Nick Sirianni and not staying aggressive. Because when they had the coordinator they had last year, he stayed aggressive and they was able to win games. They was able to be consistent on offense. This year, it seems like Patullo get like really passive. Like he'll be aggressive, then he get crazy passive. And it was almost like they wanted to sit on that 13-point lead. I said I thought they had to score another touchdown for them to feel comfortable. Cause I like they score another touchdown, it's over. The game is over. They'll be comfortable. They could just run the clock out. But yeah, the Eagles, they was able to hang on, going against Josh Allen and the Bills. You're going against Josh Allen and the Bills, and they was able to at least hang on to that lead and 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 get Josh Allen to make some mistakes because they forced two turnovers in this game. That's what led to the outcome. They would have scored one more touchdown. They when they even came down to being a nail biter. But I think in this game it's the first one to reach 20 points and won the game. And that's what happened. It was a low scoring game. But the thing about it is, yeah, they like I said, first one to reach the 20. Yeah, they was gonna win. They forced Josh Allen to make some mistakes, including that him missing that throw at the end, which would led to a for led them to win the game with the 2 point. And I didn't believe Bills should have won this game at all. It shouldn't even been that close. The Eagles yeah, should have actually won this game outright. It really should have been a blowout. Yeah, yeah, it should have been a blowout. But they took their foot off the pedal. They let the Bills back in the game, and it came down to a nail biter. But it is some lessons learned in this game. Like for one thing, you can't take your foot off the pedal. I don't know what's up with Nick Sirianni with just taking his foot off the pedal. Like he's almost telling Patudo to be less aggressive, to be too overly conservative. Of course, you want to take care of the ball, but you you still gotta put up enough points where you got cushion to just run the clock out. The whole second half, you didn't even score. If they would have scored one more touchdown, I believe they would have gave him breathing room when they came down to a Josh Allen throw the to upset the Eagles. Eh, which is to me was goofy. But think about this. Think about this. Think about it. The Eagles. Think about it. Like I said, the Eagles could always get improved, and it's a lot of things they can improve on, like closing games out better. They can improve on working on their running game because I believe their offensive line really let them down in this game. Either they still won the game, but they couldn't run the ball after the first half. They couldn't run. It's like everything shut down. And you start seeing the O line breaking down in assignments. My line of bringing Cam Jurgens to me was the worst. And you always seeing what was the right guard name that replaced it Beckin? To me he's not all that. He was okay. He's serviceable this year, but he ain't been all that. He been also been causing a lot of penalties. But Cam Jurgens and Dickerson was terrible. They're just terrible. But the old line to me been terrible all year. They had their moments where they played good, but like I said, the defense and special teams won this game. Offense, they sputtered out because they stopped being aggressive, and they also gotta win third down and not third and long. But with the Eagles, they just got a lot of improve on going into the playoffs. They already clinched the playoffs. They still got a chance to clinch the number 2 seed with the win in Washington and I think two Bears losses. I don't know what the Bears did this weekend, but we still got an opportunity to clinch the number 2 seed if we win out and the Bears lose. But we just have to see what happens. But it's just a lot of stuff to unpack. But we seen Vic Fangio. He had a great game calling. But the defense was lights out. Of course, they gave up 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. That's it. But I said the game came down to the first one at 20 wins the game, but they was able to still win the game at 13. But yeah, they pulled it tight. But I believe if they would have scored one more touchdown, when it came down to no Josh Allen throw, they would just won it outright. They would be able to they would be able they would be able to just run the clock out. They couldn't run the ball in the second half, which was crazy. Cause the old line just like they just forgot how to block. Like Saquon couldn't. Yeah, they just forgot how to block, and they missed Beckton. They missed Beckton being in there. They right guard they got in there right now. Tyler Steen. Tyler Steen terrible. I can't say he's terrible. He's been solid this year, but he's not great. They needed to resign back. They should have made a trade for Beckton. They should have brought Beckton back. I would have bought Beckton back. Cause Tyler Steen ain't it. Tyler Steen ain't it, and then Cam Jurgens and I don't know how Cam Jurgens even made the Pro Bowl. He got a Pro Bowl now. He one of the worst centers in the league this year. Last year he was the best center in the league. This year he was like one of the worst, missing blocks, and it's like the whole left side been awful. But Dickerson, Malata has been terrible this year. And that's why our offense. And I believe that's the biggest reason why our offense been so inconsistent. The old line hasn't been really. It's been terrible. And despite that, Jalen Hurts got a season high 25 passing touchdowns, which is crazy. Yeah, he got 25 season high 25 passing touchdowns. And the Eagles, they got they division locked up, so they go automatically at highest could be the second seed, lowest maybe the fourth. I don't even think they're gonna be the because they the division winners, but they could be the fourth seed. They lose that Washington game, but I think they gonna finish either second or third, depending on the Bears. Because I seen them winning the Commanders, finishing out in the Commanders. But they got to get that run game together. And then once they get that run game together, and I thought in the second half, I thought that we got less aggressive. Because we've been doing that all year. We haven't been playing aggressive in four quarters. The second half, we got crazy passive. We got to stop doing that. But I think that's more Patudo doing that. And that and him listening to Sirianni getting too passive. And then he reverts back to calling the wrong plays at the wrong time. But I'm still glad the Eagles got the win, but it shouldn't have been that close. They should have had they should have made sure with they could have made it a two possession lead. They could have had it as a two possession lead and won by at least 8 instead of 1 point. That yeah, and they when they came like I said when it came down to no Josh Allen throw, because we got lucky Josh Allen chokes in crunch time because he was about to put a super. They were that close to winning that game, and you had some people saying, "Oh, the Buff Bills should have won." No, they really shouldn't have. The game shouldn't even been close. We got 13-0 at halftime with the game out with them out of we would score more touchdown. That game would have been it wouldn't even came down to no Josh Allen. It wouldn't even came down to the fourth quarter. That game would just been over. And the only thing they had to do was just run out the clock. But they was able to still get the win. But they gotta get better on offense. The O line, they gotta get it together. And that's the biggest thing, the O line. And Jalen Hurts is gonna be fine. The O line, and I think Saquon gonna be fine. The O line, they got to get it together. They getting too many penalties. They missing assignments. they just got to get it together. But you see the O line. You see the O line. You see the O line. But but like I said, the offense they needed to get it together. They needed the defense was playing lights out. Defense been the MVP the whole season. I said the only two reasons why they've been winning games is defense and Jalen Hurts. Just like in the Super Bowl, defense and Jalen Hurts extending plays. But I just thought they looked like they took their foot off the gas, and I thought Jalen Hurts throwing it too much out of balance, and instead of staying aggressive, keeping his eyes up. But the old line was breaking down. Like Saquon, he couldn't hit the holes like he was hitting. Yeah, because they just missing blocks. But yeah, and they was missing blocks like crazy. But that's another. But once they get in the playoffs, yeah, I don't know who we going to match up with in the playoffs yet. I don't know who our first round opponent going to be. I believe it's going to either be. I believe it's either going to be whoever the South winner is. I don't know if that's like the Panthers or it probably most likely we probably gonna go against the Bucks in the first round. Probably the Bucks in the first round. Most likely the Bucks in the first round, but we gonna have to see how things pan out for next week after we beat the Commanders. See how things. But after we beat the Commanders, we gonna have to see how things go. So, but this is Crime Picture commentating. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the channel. Catch you on the next episode. Peace.